Good morning, everybody. I'm hoping you'll take your seats quickly so we can begin. I speak loudly, but not that loudly. I'm Sara Gottleib, and I'm the Israel and Overseas Chair for the Jewish Federations of North America and a proud leader of UJA Federation of Greater Toronto.
Shalom. I'm Becky Caspi, Senior Vice President of Israel and Overseas for the Jewish Federations of North America and Director General of our Israel office. Standing here before 1,700 leaders of our system, we can't help but feel about the incredibly generous response you have shown for the Jewish communities in Ukraine and Russia over the past 3 years, and your overwhelming support for Israel since October 7th. We are deeply grateful for your extraordinary leadership, compassion, and generosity, which continue to strengthen our global community.
Despite being far apart geographically, we share deep connections with our brothers and sisters in Israel and in Ukraine, and their struggles have brought us together in new and profound ways. In this time of crisis, your commitment to the Jewish people is nothing short of remarkable.
When Russia invaded Ukraine nearly 3 years ago, our communities switched gears and began to raise and direct funds to help those suddenly in need. Through our collective efforts, close to $100 million have been deployed to help over 500,000 people affected by violence. These funds have provided safety, food, medicine, and other basic necessities.
And our work hasn't stopped there. Emergency dollars have helped thousands make Aliyah to Israel and are helping to maintain vital Jewish infrastructure in Ukraine, ensuring that Jewish schools, synagogues, and community centers continue to provide a sense of normalcy and support for those who remain, and prioritizing the safety and well-being of the elderly, women, and children, those who are particularly vulnerable in such difficult circumstances.
Soon, you'll meet Kate, a young woman from Kyiv, Ukraine, who participated in JDC's Active Jewish Teens, run in partnership with BBYO. For Kate and countless others, your support is far more than just material aid. It is a connection to community and a sense of solidarity during one of the most difficult times in recent history.
Safe and secure, strong and connected are some of the ways we build flourishing Jewish communities around the world every day. As Jewish Federation's president and CEO, Eric Fingerhut, is fond of saying, "You don't build a firehouse when your house is on fire. You build it ahead of time so you're prepared." It's one of the main reasons federations value our partnerships with the Jewish Agency and JDC so highly, and why we all work so hard to fund them every year through our annual campaigns. Because these funds ensure that they are there, on the ground, ready to act at a moment's notice when the need arises.
On October 7th, 2023, Hamas launched an unprecedented murderous attack that left 1,200 Israelis dead, thousands injured, and 251 people taken hostage. The violence and terror that followed was devastating as it tore through cities and communities, leaving destruction in its wake. In this moment of crisis, as we did in Ukraine, we once again, as federations, answered the call. Within hours of the attack, communities across North America began to mobilize. The immediate response was focused on providing medical and aid, food, and basic necessities to survivors and to those in the most affected areas. Together, we have raised over $850 million to support Israel's recovery. Please clap. Funding to support the immediate recovery and the bereaved with spiritual accompaniment at funeral services and during Shiva for over 900 families in the immediate aftermath of this devastating crisis. To me, this is a uniquely Jewish form of emergency aid for which I am incredibly proud.
Since October 7th, the Jewish Agency's Fund for Victims of Terror has provided a lifeline to over 8,000 individuals and families shattered by unimaginable loss. We'll hear this morning from Sigal, who tragically lost 2 beautiful daughters on October 7th. Despite her immense grief, Sigal found solace and unwavering support within our community through the fund. We'll also meet Anat, a combat paramedic who served in Gaza during the early days of the war. Like many other heroes of this war, Anat still carries the trauma of her experience. Your support is crucial in addressing the toll this war has taken on Israelis' mental health and strengthening their resilience.
We also recognize that the war has affected those on the home front, like owners of small businesses. You'll meet Aviva, whose dreams of growing her thriving business were put on hold as her community was evacuated from the north and her employees dispersed to hotels throughout the country. It's with people like Aviva in mind and over 1,700 others, small business owners who are the backbone of Israel's economy, that we launched our emergency loan fund to help her family stay afloat until she can reopen her business. Our work in both Ukraine and Israel is an embodiment of what we are capable of when we come together as one. It is a lion's roar to the world that no Jewish community is ever alone.
As we reflect on the ongoing challenges around the world, it's important to recognize the dedication and courage of our own communities. We are showing what it means to be a true Jewish global family, united in our commitment to each other, no matter the circumstances. And we are doing this holy work even as we face unprecedented challenges of anti-Semitism at home. I'd like to say thank you to each of the amazing women in this room and to all of the people standing behind you in your communities for your tireless and selfless work in Ukraine and Israel. Your efforts remind us of the strength of our community and the powerful impact of coming together to support one another in times of need.